to neutralize the bacterium.
Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is Subnautica Below Zero. I'm not sure why Robin was just saying that line. It was literally saying that as I loaded it. So, I've been busy. I've got some thumpers made. I made a bunch of the, I made a scanner room HUD chip. So if I use scanner room, stuff will pop up on the, well, let's just see, like, so here, that shows right there. There's a fragment there. Now, I should be able to just go and see it on my HUD itself. We go outside here, around, there it is. And I did that. I also put a range upgrade on the, for my, whole system anyway. Yeah, I put a range upgrade on the scanner room because I wanted to be able to just get in and find, say, the things that I could get lead out of, for example, or silver. Essentially, I got bored of it. I got tired of trying to hunt down resources the hard way. Decided to just speed up the process, which I did, and it worked rather nicely. I have everything in tow here, so I can make a snow fox design, and we are pretty much ready to head out. I just need to take a minute to probably restock my own, well, water and food. And we're done. There we go. I'm just gonna store some of this. There we go. And we're gonna keep some of this other stuff on. I also made myself a thermal blade so I could cook fish by just whacking them. Figured that would help with speeding up the process overall in other places. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to turn this off just because I don't need all the extra blips on the system, as it were. There we go. As if my vision doesn't get filled up with enough things already. The other matter is, I built all of these expansions. So I've got the prawn suit hooked up to the carrying area. Oh, you can just eject the docked vehicle. Okay. I've got the fabricator station here. Easy enough to work with. And I've got a storage room, which I have stocked with water, some more thumpers, some extra power cells for backups, some food. There's anything to check on here. That's where I take that. And we're just going to swap that out. There we go. Now, my seed side is all prepped. We're just going to take this out. Unless I'm forgetting something, we're prepped to go. Now, I think I could have included sleeper module on here as well. I did cut that out. Like, I did pull it off and leave it aside. Mostly because with all of these on here, this truck's being long enough that it's gonna have trouble moving through some of the smaller tunnels and like on smooth. So I moved those to ensure safety and travel a little bit. Also, I didn't really need the sleeper module. Didn't serve any major purpose for me. So yeah, with all these modules attached, though, we basically have a mobile base. Which I believe will do us a lot of good, especially when we go deep. I'm not not sure where to find the nickel and kyanite that I need to be able to make the depth modules, the higher level depth modules that we'll need. But I suspect they're down in that one geyser filled tunnel that looked like it went deeper and all. I believe it does, if I remember right. And that's where we're going to need to explore to really continue the story and to get the remaining pieces for Alan. That said, this one area I think also had a thing for Alan, and that's why I'm headed this direction. Right? Just to let's get this done type deal, and also the snow worms should be a fun change of pace. I'm not sure if I'll actually use the vehicle much, just because, if I remember right, well, I don't remember for sure how it ends. Alright, here's a good spot for this. Let me grab my thumper. Grab an extra water. Grab food. Alright, we'll prep. Prep to go. Time to skedaddle. The thinking is we'll run up over the bridge, get close to the snow worm territory, and then build the vehicle. Especially since with the one thermal portion of our suit on, I really don't have to worry as much. Kitty, why are you dragging the bunny doll around? Alright, well, that's... Yeah. Okay. They do what they do. We'll just let them be. Now then, off to the snowworm tunnel, or the snowworm territory. Where exactly was? Okay, that was there. So the snowworm territory itself would be this. Yeah, here we go. This is where we want. I'm going to... Build. No fox docking bay. Right. And build a snow fox. While that's doing that, I'm going to go dive down into this hole here to recover my heat. As I recall, that should work. There we go. Titanium, copper, silver. Grab this stuff. Actually, might need that. I burned through a lot of supplies building all this stuff. But I think it'll be worth it in the long run. We got a lot of good stuff out of it. Cleared out of my to-do list. And there we go. The cutter there. Save before we go running off into the snow. And probably being attacked by monsters. Alright, where is... the area for adding things. Okay. I don't know how to put in this drum control. No. No. I'm not seeing any obvious area to install things, which is very weird. If I do it through G. No, I am not seeing anything that would make sense. You know, we'll do without the jump module for now. Okay, it's a little wobbly. Very much just a little gliding place. We can make this work. Oh, apparently it keeps us warm while we're on this thing. That's kind of weird, actually. Alright, I was expecting the issue with one of the snowworms by now. Hello. We're on the right way. I wonder if it's because this thing's flying. Like, or hovering, rather. Never mind. There's something going on. I heard that. Okay. We'll do this. So, my little thing. Good for a little bit.
Stealth mode activated.
Oh, there's good stuff in this game. Actually, could use a few more of those. I've burned through a good supply of them. Building my... so... I made 2 ion power cells in order to make sure my truck has a lot of excess power. I didn't want it to have any problems, so yeah, that seems a little unstable.
See you later.
But in order to build that sort of thing, you also have to put on quite a lot of, you have to make like 4 ion batteries in order to make the necessary components. This seems like an interesting course of action. Let's go up here. A cave, huh? I believe this here. I don't think the worms do caves. Oh, wow. Alright. Special equipment part of these, but we have this here. I forgot to make more beacons. That's okay. We'll make do without that. Those are very nice, though, to have there. Huh. Huh? No snowworms, just stalkers. This is the same area we were before we went up to that. Well, anyway. I'd rather not get eaten by stalkers, so we're going to run back on here and go get my vehicle again. Plus, having the mobile warmth capabilities that come with it is rather handy. But yeah, I guess I'll have to come back with bronze tube or something to dig that up. Alright. Well, down we go. No damage. Sick. I am expected to take a little damage there. Ah, it just dropped me down. I think we can go for that. Oh. That's with you, huh? Okay, fine. You can just jump up in front of my... Alright, maybe they just picked me off. Alright, we have a workout for this, though. Alright, so what this does, apparently, is it, doesn't last long, but it creates the thumping allegedly creates a collision warning for this type of sound. Oh, it has a very limited radius. Huh, well that sucks. But it creates a collision warning for the worms, so that they don't try to go near it because they feel like, because for them it's a warning of, hey, you're gonna crash into something. Okay, right up there's not gonna work. There's no good. Hi there. No, bad, wherever you are. Snow stalker. Bad snow stalker. No touchy. There. Okay. I don't know why my vehicle keeps picking me off. I'd like it to stop that. Let's see, okay, where did we come from versus where are we? This is just this cave we were in. I didn't see a way over there, so it must be over there. Huh. Okay, let me jump off real quick. And repair tool. Ah, it's cool to see that moving like that. Ow, ow. Alright, I'm being careless. Too much fun exploring, not enough paying attention to how much I'm likely to get killed. Alright, we're gonna just park here for now. Repair. I'm going to heal. We're gonna do some exploring around here then. It's up this way. For silver, okay. Take a little bit of that. Not a ton, but just a bit. Is this part of this cave? No, this is different. Hello. Insert ion key. Activate the teleport. Sick. It's over here real quick first. That looks really cool. Okay, we're going to save before we play with all the alien tech goodness. This looked okay. That looked like an elevator down somewhere. I'm not sure where. And I really want to play with the teleporter here and see where it takes me. I guess he'll be fire one. That or we'll be going somewhere completely different. I think this is the biorobotics place. Yeah, this is Fire Robotics. We've been here. Okay, cool. So now we know that these two sites are connected. Easy peasy, we can. It actually kind of makes being in this upper area of the place probably a little easier. Because now I don't have to go through some of that stuff to get out of here again. Where are we going with this? Alright, I'll take another first aid kit. I don't care about the battery. Block, sure. Alright, what's the purpose of down here? Just have this little nook? Seems odd. I don't see... Oh, wait. Wait, where is this? Cave entrance to the... I wonder where we're at. Ooh, I bet I know. I bet I know. This is probably behind that one wall of ice that I've been needing to cut through. Let me get my laser cutter primed. Because over near the dock, there was a path that, underwater, but it was blocked because of the wall of ice, and I couldn't do anything from that side. I believe it's one of the ones that they have a weird setup here where you have to do it from this side in order to cut through it. Yep, here we go. I don't know if I ever found this in my other game. In my first playthrough in this game. I don't remember if I ever did this. I think I found the teleporter probably. I would have thought I would have. Anyway, but I don't recall some of this. No, okay, glitch. Nope, okay, it's just a push. And here we are outside. There's my truck. Alright, well that makes getting in and out of there a bit easier actually. Let me just bring my truck down there a little bit and look my actually this one. There we go. I'm going to keep one of these on myself, just in case we come across the others that I'm going to want. Okay, not sure why it was being a little touchy with the sound and everything there for a second, but we are good. Just go back this way for the sake of getting in here faster. I think I'm not going to bother going back for the snow fox necessarily, other than to use it as a warmth transport for warmth, because if my memory serves, I was able to avoid the worms more or less just by running and dodging better than my on the snow fox was going so far. And I was doing it in my original playthrough without the help of a thermal suit. If my memory serves, I didn't actually build the thermal suit until the very end of the game. Like, I was already done, basically. I was just doing it to get an achievement for building all 3 pieces of the thermal suit. Good, we're good. Everything is good. We are happy. I love that look. Also, I find it interesting that they got rid of the idea of needing to use keys for all the alien stuff. Like they had in the first Subnautica, you had to find keys to get into certain areas, right? And they kind of gave that homage to it. Oh, something's cranky. They still gave it a bit of an homage to it all because they had the Snow Stalker with Marguerite chewing on the key. So I wonder if they just I wonder if it was just like a decision of these are more annoying than helpful. They probably considered it as an option and then just decided against it. Bye. Yeah, it's just easier to run away like this than to deal with the snowbirds otherwise. Yeah, you have fun. This will hurt a little bit, but I'll live.
Architect data patterns are so strong here. Vital information pertaining to my body construction nearby.
Good. If I remember right, I was using these to stay warm in my previous game. Because, like I said, I didn't have a thermal suit. Because I was dumb, didn't bother to make it. So I just ran along. Oh, aren't you adorable? You're a creature egg? Come with me. Alright, new critter egg to stick in the old whatever it is. What you are. You're small and good. Taking both of you. Those are tiny and squishy. Just gonna take a bunch of those. Big open snowfield. If I remember, if we just follow the standard maze rule of follow along the side, we'll get to where we need to go. Or thereabouts. Yeah, here's a cave. Let's check you out, shall we? You know, you'd think being underground in a place with the snowworms would be just as dangerous, given that they're tunnelers. Copper. So if I really want to bring a driller down here, I could get copper out of this with no problem. Among other things. Looks like there's some other bits and pieces, but nothing I care about. Oh, they can go underground. Wasn't that joyful? We're gonna leave now. I don't feel like dying. Not like that. Hi there, aren't you? Oh, you're trying to stab me? I should probably try to get a scan on you now I think about it. That was a cool trick. You know what? Never mind trying to get a scan on that. I have a feeling it's not good. Unless I really get lucky. Not worth it. We'll just keep going. Alright, hanging around there. Please don't notice me. Right? Is down here where I need to go, or is up there where I need to go? Down here it is. What a lovely place. The architects just love building weird things in weird places. Large emerald. Pure emerald is typically colorless. These large crystals contain trace amounts of chromium, leading to the development of distinctive green color seen here. Mining activity near these crystals suggests that they are valued for their applications in architect technology. Sick. Anything else I can scan? No? Oh, here we go. Well, someone died. Tissues.
That is a rough way to go.
Yes, I would not enjoy being crushed while mining iron cube components.
The cold preserved the body well, but this isn't a big sample. Will it be enough?
Our tissues are pluripotent, derived from the DNA of various species, capable of changing form as necessary.
Like stem cells. So what prevents you from, I don't know, ending up with hooves where your eyelashes should go?
That does not happen. At least not since the 4th iteration.
In other words, we refined the process to prevent that from happening, because it did happen. And probably was not a desirable circumstance. I'm kind of curious how Altera didn't know about this. Or if they did. More iron cube. Man, if I really need iron cubes, I know where to get them now. I just have to brave the snowworms with my prawn suit, which doesn't really appeal to me as a thing to do. Oh, actually, before we go any further, let me see what we need to build these. Root pustule, synthetic fibers, gel sack. Easy. Poly, I don't know how to make poly whatever, blah blah. The other stuff's easy enough. I'm pretty sure I can make the other things without too much hassle either. Now the real trick is we have to go deep. We have to go down, underground, quite a ways underwater to get the last component to balance body, if I remember right. Iceworm bones. Tiny. Scans of the iceworm bones show that they have a surprising degree of flexion in them. This likely allows the bones to compress inward when the iceworm is burrowing. A total rigidity in the bone structure might result in the deformation of the skeletal structure over time. There is evidence of muscle insertions that would manipulate the compression or decompression of the iceworm's long rib. These iceworm bones appear relatively intact. It seems that other large land predators in the region tend to leave the worm carcass alone after death. That's interesting. So that's not edible or something? Or if the one dies somewhere, maybe they worry about other iceworms? Actually, there's a lot of dead iceworms here. They just is it like an elephant graveyard? They have a tendency to just go to one area to die? Gain some odd potentials with that. Lithium. Try to do a little more of that. Okay. Well, let's keep working our... Whoa. Iceworm. So that's how they want me to scan. Iceworm, an extremely large and dangerous leviathan. Roughly 95 meters long, with a thick, plated exoskeleton that burrows through dense ice shelves with minimal resistance. Plating the iceworm is covered in a thick exoskeleton with backward-facing spikes. The exoskeleton protects the soft upper body of the iceworm as it moves through the ice. The spikes create treads that rapidly shuttle melted water back as it burrows. Similar to tire treads, the anterior of the iceworm is covered in a thicker skin that doesn't require plating. Superheated horn. The horn of the ice worm is the thickest part of the creature. The inner chambers of the horn are filled with deposits of raw alkali metals that react violently with water, creating an exothermic chemical reaction. As the ice worm burrows, small microscopic grooves continuously channel water into these chambers, allowing it to burrow with ease. Behaviors. The ice worm is an ambush predator. It relies on sound traveling through the ice to alert its potential prey. It then lunges through the ice and uses its horn and mandibles to attack. The ice worm can be temporarily distracted through the use of sonic devices. They have a minuscule range that sucks, so I'm not bothering with them after all. They don't do what I need them to do. So on we go. Nifty. I do like that they made it possible for me to get scans of an ice worm without having to wrestle with one. Also, that design is really cool. I didn't even realize they had a mouth on it. Hello? I feel like there's supposed to be more... Alright, there's an ice worm. Yeah, I feel like this was supposed to be more impressive other than the fact that I couldn't eat for a while there due to... well, everything. Yeah, I get it. You're being all dramatic. You do that. Okay, I think we've gotten everything out of this whole area, though, that we can really get out of this place. Not to say there isn't, like, maybe some useful resources or something of interest somewhere, but yeah, it looks like there's lots of lithium and other things we can grab. But I think that's it for the main story components for this, so... yeah, definitely easier for some reason to just run away from these creatures like this on foot. Given that trying to drive the snow fox just resulted in me nearly getting killed because it kept knocking me off. Come on. Okay. Not worth trying to get that lithium, though. It's a pain to grab. For some reason. Anything else cool here? We're almost back. Well, we're about 2/3 of the way back around. Then we got ourselves another cave. This is the way we came? Maybe it is. Did we already go all the way around? I didn't think we had gone that far. Well, maybe we did. Yeah, because that's where we came out before, isn't it? Well, I guess it's time to head back. Then we can worry about exploring other sectors. Let's see, that there, that get that. Yeah, it's easy to get stuff. That was cool. Okay. Hello. They're just trying to be intimidating here. I wonder if I was supposed to go down that way and have them jump up behind me or something. Which would be the better route out here? Let's go back to my vehicle. Is that... Let's go back to my vehicle, and then that should be right outside the entrance to... where I can just take the teleporter to the robotics section. Don't get stuck. Thank you. Ow. not cool, man. Alright. Right here. Hold up. Huh. Alright, well, the snow fox was kind of a waste. Feels like. I just doesn't feel like it was worth what I put into getting it. I suppose it would make exploring some of the other areas better, but I already explored the other areas, so there's no point. Alright. Take that goes this. Let's go this way. Faster routes. Love the design for all this. How they blended the ice with the architect stuff. It's a really well designed layout of everything. And the idea that somehow this architect stuff all has maintained itself, more or less, despite everything. Alright. Ooh, I should see if I need to... I should see what I need for that one green component. If it's the one plant there, then I can easily go up and grab that. There's a few things it could be, and I can't remember. I think we can make these two components right now. Just stow them away and have them done. Let me just get into my ship real quick first, so that I don't have to worry about anything. Oh, hey.
You have found 2 of the 3 components required for the construction of my corporeal form. This is as close as I have come to autonomy in a long time.
You have such a way with words.
Is that sarcasm?
It was. You're learning.
Hopefully, I will not have time to complete my study.
I was wondering, if you can transfer bodies, why was it important to find a cure when you were infected? Couldn't you just make a new body?
As you can see in the components you have scanned thus far, the forms we require combine biological and mechanical parts. The tissues you have scanned were developed from the DNA of 27 separate alien species.
27? That seems greedy. And wouldn't that mean that anything that infects a body you've manufactured can potentially learn how to infect all those other species?
Yes, that is why a cure was imperative.
So it wasn't necessarily because they couldn't jump bodies, but because anything that could infect them could infect everything else. That's an interesting way to do it. Whatever that is. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Hydrochloric acid and gold. Hydrochloric acid is from young cotton and enemy and salt. Did I grab enough young cotton and enemies? I know where to get them if I need more, but I think I actually have enough to make that. Well, back to my base. Up we go. There we go, now we can turn. I love the concept that they've explored with some of this. And to explain why this virus is so deadly and so dangerous, because of why it could infect everything. That is really, or I guess it was it a virus or bacteria? I can't remember what they called it. Either way, the fact that, like, it's a really cool design that I think that they've come up with to explain why it behaved the way it did and why it could infect everyone the way it was able to and why it was still a threat and actually a threat. Why did they care enough to want to stop it, not just call it good and move on with life? Now, we're going off the course a little bit here, but not bad enough for me. Like, they weren't concerned. It sounds like, yeah, it would have been problematic for them. And obviously it was affecting them. But then, like, say, all the creatures they make their bodies DNA from, if all of those got infected and wiped out, would they be able to still provide the necessary genetic coding to create their own bodies? Or would it set them back in that regard, too? Plus, then you've got all those species being wiped out. So all in all, I can see why they would want to stop it, just because it was bad for everyone involved. There's my little guy in there. There. What are you doing? Hanging out. Every once in a while, I've noticed his tentacles will stick through the walls of the baseball inside. Little Dean, it's okay. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing that can't be buffed out. Okay. We're good there. Good with that. I'm good with keeping those there. Next. Let's go in here. Find an enemy. Be curious if I can get more than one out of this. Aha! Young kind of enemy seed. Okay, so by doing that, by hitting it, I got 2 seeds. Okay. Give me 1 second then. I'll postpone this by doing that, and then bam, no, doing that, doing that. Here we go. That'll grow those, which I can then use. So that will postpone my building that piece, but at least I will have a supply of them now, without having to go all the way back down just to get them. Farming spore, that's not what I need. And I had some of the well, I have some hydrochloric acid right here. I need to make them. Okay. I thought I had some of those components. Where did I see those otherwise? Those were, I know I've gotten them before. I think it was somewhere under these areas. Okay, let me go this way for a moment. Yeah, it was near this. Then if I grab some air. Safer. Good. I want to say it was amongst the vines down below here. I know I remember seeing those pustule things on these. I find it. What is the question? There we go. Is this the one? There it is. Alright, alright. Grab a few extras. They're here, they're small, and whatnot. Okay, now I have some gel stacks back there. I think I already have some of that material. Now, part of why I want to do this right now is, one, to just have it done so I can clear this off and not worry about forgetting about. And two, because I'm curious whether they'll give us more detail, like commentary, like from completing it. Will it be like, oh hey, new piece of conversation between Alan and Robin? Or will it go off on some other, or will it just be like, hey, cool, you built this? Don't worry about it. Go. I have bell sacks. And do I have those? I do. Ooh, next question is, do I build it here or do I have to build it somewhere else? That's actually something I didn't think about. Where do I build it? Maybe I don't build them right now. I just get the components and then have to build them. Maybe I have to build them at an architect's facility? I guess I'll store those for now. That's that. Do those, and close out. And clear that out. Okay, now the acid I can make with that and gold. Should have a little gold lying around somewhere. Go. Make that. Done. 3 diamonds. And build that last steel, and we are set for that component now. Sorry about that. Now we just have to find architect organs. Is fairly workable. That. Those are all in place. I'm going to store those. Need that. I'm going to keep one of those with me. Don't need battery. Don't need that. Don't need those. That. Going to go put these 2 eggs in. Here we go. Oop. And then recharge my just go in there. No, those are all dry. Okay. I'm gonna save my game because I think we're making good progress. And just keep them in my those materials here in my truck for ease of. We've got them, they're set aside, we're ready to go. Now then. Let's... The only other place I can think of to go would be to go down into the underground area where we were before. That was the excavator tunnels. Did I mark them? We head down there again. We should be able to go deeper and hopefully find nickel and kyanite, which will let us make the rest of the death modules to go even deeper with these things to where we need to go. It might take us too long to get there, so I'm not sure if it would be worthy of a skip, really. I love that they made these, so these tiers of, material is such an interesting touch for all of this. Alright, where is my... Garden. Mega research. There you are. Oh, there you are. This way. Alright. Gotta get over this ledge before we can go down. But, it's such a funny touch to everything. Because it's suggested, these vents have been spewing out sediment buildup in ways that Oswald is before. Alright. This is where I need to go. Looks right. Let's keep going deeper. We're nowhere near our limits. We're all fine there. There's the excavator. Okay. So now we just need to find our way deeper. Even is this way. Watch out for the vents. Don't want to break any of my ship. A little worried about why there's a bunch of broken pieces down here, though. The fact that there's all these broken truck... Oh! Okay, whoa, that's big. All these broken truck bits, though, suggest that there might be some major... something dangerous. Other than the vents themselves, which are obviously dangerous too. Look at the details. Here we go. Ooh, weird crystals. Oh, is that kyanite? I think that's kyanite. Kyanite is a blue silicate mineral which forms under high temperature, high pressure conditions. It is resistant to heat up to 1100 degrees Celsius and is thermoelectric, making it a valuable component for thermal power plants. Assessment essential for advanced fabrication. Got it. let out. Alright, we got these little grubby critters. I scan the funny crystals. Large crystal formation. Large morganite formation. Morganite is a rare variety of beryl, a durable mineral consisting of beryllium aluminum silicate. Its striking purple coloration is an indication that trace amounts of manganese were present during formation. Nice. That doesn't do me. Can't do anything with that. Yeah. And I just have to figure out which of these glows are something I can grab and which of these are glows of just something in general. Ooh, the music here. Interesting vibes. Alright. Hello, you look weird. Jade membrane. This species features multiple circular nodes. They are filled with a thin green membrane with carrying luminescent white dots. The membrane is mildly sticky and emits a pheromone that allows small fish and microbacteria that can find the membrane and then digest it. Wow, that's weird. Anything with it? Okay. Worth a check. Is that some more? No, that's worth it. Okay. Seems I'm gonna have to do some real exploration down here. If there's kyanite, there's probably gonna be other supplies that I can get. I want to see memory. Been a while. I think of my original playthrough, I came down here with my prompt and did a lot of underwater exploration, walking around. Torpedo arm, now I'm never going to use because it's not worth taking the time to fight. Ooh. There's a thing. It's a really weird looking thing. Is what with that mouth? There. Right. Shadow. Come on. Let me scan you a little bit more. Yep. Come on. Got you. Go there.
Proceed with caution. A Leviathan-class creature is near.
Okay, that is a big thing. Also, a little late there, little notification, buddy. The Leviathan creature is near. It's already taken a chunk out of me. About time you noticed. Let's get back to my vehicle for a sec. So I can read the thing about Shadow Leviathan. I mean, that was really cool. I love the look of it. The mouth there, or whatever that's supposed to be. So freaky. Okay, we are going to here. Probably should have brought more medical supplies, but it is what it is. Just there we go. Water, food, good. Okay, Shadow Leviathan, Architect tissue. Oh, I haven't read that. A leather-like tissue sample of alien origin. DNA markers indicate a complex mixture synthesized from over 20 different sources. The tissue sample incorporates advanced biocomposites, resulting in unique mechanical properties. Compression. Extremely high compressive strength protects against external forces and may indicate adaptation to extreme environments. Impact high resistance to damage from high energy impacts. Elasticity. Low modules of elasticity allows tissue to conform and stretch in response to body locomotion. Okay, where do I find Leviathan? If not, all the local species reproduce through egg-laying. Yeah, Leviathan. Shadow Leviathan, there we go. This is a massive 60-meter-plus Leviathan that appears to be the odd convergence of several evolutionary offshoots. Shovel-like head, the streamlined head of the Shadow Leviathan helps it slice through the water as it approaches its prey. Beneath its smooth skin is thick head plating that is used as a battering ram to ward off competing Shadow Leviathans during mating season. Segmented legs. The legs are covered in a thick, segmented exoskeleton similar to an arthropod. The Leviathan's legs are used less for propulsion, which is left to its blade-like tail, and more for hunting prey. The thick legs fold open over captured fauna like a cage, while the strong exoskeleton protects the tissue beneath from damage as the Leviathan feeds. Bioluminescent digestive tract. The Shadow Leviathan's mouth leads directly to its digestive tract, which secretes a highly acidic compound onto captured prey. This bioluminescent cavity attracts light-seeking phytoplankton, which in turn draw in larger fish. Assessment: extreme threat. Avoid at all costs. Well, we're gonna save, because that was fun and cool, and also extremely dangerous. I probably shouldn't be so cavalier with jumping into monsters' mouths. Let's not start there, because I don't want to get mixed up with the meat. So that goes there. Okay. Given the circumstances, I think my ship is safe here. And I feel like it is anyway. Got another piece. Yep. Odd reflections. See me again. Let's take our prawn suit with us then. For now, it has a small storage compartment. We can collect things and work through there. But this will probably actually be... Oh, there's the piece right there. Yeah, we can probably do better with resource gathering and exploration right now with this. So let me find something. This should work to allow us to explore here without as much danger as moving around otherwise. Alright, got a little bit of crevice. There. I'm going to do a biggie. Oh, you see me? Wow. Right, you're a lot more... You pay a lot more attention than I thought. That's problematic. Okay, well it seems to be on controls for this sector. We'll have to be careful. This crevice seems to be a good safe spot for the most part. Until I come out here. Resources I need. Please don't get down here. A little bit. Please go away. Hi. Such a big fish. I think that thing takes some similarities to the snow in its design layout. Could be wrong. But that's the general gist of getting. Going deeper. Leave me alone. Baby. Evasion. It really wanted to take a bite out of it. Okay. We're hitting close to our maximum depth, so I definitely need to see if I can find some nickel or something to make it so I can go all the way along here. It looks like we're going to be going deeper than I can with my current setup. Magnetite, lithium, quartz. I've barely found any kyanite. That's not helpful. Probably goes down. Okay, I'm gonna have to be careful here because if I fall in, well, I have the jumper path. I should be able to get back out. Could be a little iffy. I have to be really careful of my current status of pressure. Do for first nickel around here. This looks weird. Some of these crystal formations are amazing. That looks promising. If I go just a little deeper, jump out to go down. Alright, let's save here because this is going to be a risk. I can't really take the suit any deeper under the conditions. We're gonna just go down as deep as I can. Silver, gold, kind of crystal deposit, but that is well below my current crush depth. There. Alright, so lots of kyanite crystal a little further down. I just have no way of getting my prawn suit in here at the moment. There's that. Polycade. Cool. Can I do anything with it? Exhibits bioluminescence caused by the chemical reaction between a light-emitting molecule and a particular enzyme. Okay. That's nice and all, but still need some supplies that I'm getting here. Trade. Silver again. Silver. Nickel ore. It does exist. Also, it blends in really well with the essential for advanced fabrication. Nickel is a medium hard ductile metal used extensively in production of strong metal alloys. It has applications throughout the construction industry. How am I gonna find more of that? That's gonna be such a thing. blends in so well with the current surroundings. Now I need to get back to my on suit for air. There we go. It's problematic. There you go. There's a guy. You have fun over there. Swim away. Yeah? No need to come say hi. Toss these in there for the sake of having more room in case I do stumble across a good source. Nope. There is so much here to look at, and I'm gonna miss something for sure just because of the sheer size of this place. So cool looking at the same time. Weird crystal formations or anything else that might give me an idea of places I can go that have I'm pretty sure there's more down here than just from I don't care about the arms that I'm not really going for. Alright, 1 second. I'm going to go back to my prawn suit and then I'm going to do something I probably should have done a while ago. And that is, I'm going to clear up my signals. First, we're going to go in here just like here. Now, beacons. Prawn suit. Vent guarding can go dark. Delta station can go dark. Car dock. The TP excavator tunnel. Lithium guys field can go dark. That one can go dark. Mega research. Fire robotics. Last known location. Alien distress call. Origin. That one's still showing up anyway. Thought we already read that one. The alien distress call origin. Wait, why is there another one? Alright, I guess I'll mark that as a... just as I'm not sure. Thumper, don't care about it. Don't care about that one. About that. Those can stay... Prop pod I don't care about. I do like that these automatically turned off when I did find them. Alright. That should make it so I don't have quite as much of a mix of things trying to vie for my attention when I'm trying to find a particular jump out point. Or a particular point to aim. Alright, there are definitely a lot of side passages and other caves here that I have not seen, judging from the sheer size of this place. Repo units up that way. And missing things. I won't go too far because I won't be able to get back to my vehicle when I need to. Okay, I think it's not where I want to go right now. Fanny, please don't pull my hand. Thank you. Fanny abuse my hand. No, I got a steer. Fanny, please don't try to kill me. Like what I want him to. Giant crystals are really cool. Alright, where would be my best?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Water. Put up it before I have to go bath. I don't know if I have to go on. That would be a good question. Ooh, those crystals look weird. This looks very strange. This looks important. This looks like a place that I could go, or might go places that I either really need to go down or that I'm going to regret going down. Let's push forward. You play
There
these?
is definitely something of value nearby. It could help you build my body.
That's nice. We have to get there still. So, one step at a time. And also, hopefully it's well within my ability to reach before I run out. Looks like it is, so you're in luck now. Oh, whoa. This is funky. I love this. What would it take to form these crystals like this? I mean, we have some places like this on Earth in reality. Maybe not quite like this, but pretty darn impressive. But they did a really good job of making this in the game, like, feel awesome. Ah, here we go. Is that our last piece?
You will be able to construct bionic organs with the scanned material, both primary and secondary. Our designs provide for redundancies.
Given your current location, I think they could still be improved.
Your feedback has been noted. You have scanned all the components we need to make a storage body.
Are you excited?
Using the chemical compounds available in your body, I am able to approximate what you might call cautious optimism.
Alright. So maybe I don't need to make the... I wonder if I actually don't need to go deeper. Or make all the modules to go deeper, because we were able to swim down here, we got all the pieces. The architect organs are effectively a network of biocomposite and cybernetic material containing a variety of subsystems. The heart is a particularly complex centerpiece in this biological-technological hybrid. It moves blood and nutrients throughout the body to nourish and maintain the animal aspects of the alien corpus, while also functioning as a primary energy source for the cybernetic neurological system. Sensory input is processed and filtered into a dense network of incredible computational power, the architect brain. No respiration or digestive systems appear to be present, suggesting a life that is fed entirely by sustained electrical energy, and a body that can survive in environments that are otherwise extremely hostile to most life forms. In spite of its intricate design, the insistence on incorporating biological components exposes the architect body to the possibility of disease. Okay. The other bits here I want to click on. Yeah. Well, that right now. Alright. Building these. What do I need for this? Mancube kyanite ribbon. Where's that? I have all that. So I guess I need to go back to my ship and head back up to the surface and then figure out. I'm assuming Alan's going to direct us somewhere that will be like, hey, you need to go here now in order to rebuild my body. Which, unless I'm very much mistaken, I already know where that is. I believe it's the Site 0. Alright, we're just going to explore around a little bit here before we go out. I wish I knew if there was, like, I still would like to have found more nickel, but it is what it is. Oh, great. Great. Found the nickel. Thanks. Okay, that's good. Circle. Titanium here. That's back up where we came from. I think there was a second entrance and entry here. Yeah, there was that way and that way. Okay. First we're gonna get more air before we go. Because we are going to have to do a little bit of traveling to get back to where we need. Save. Yep. Here? Okay.
The crystals in this environment are confusing my senses, and yet I feel certain there is something important below. A facility or a body component. Perhaps both. I cannot tell.
We already found that out. So I guess I was supposed to enter through this passage initially, and I may have gone down to no matter. We'll make it work. Okay, I think this one is closer to the surface. Yeah. Briefly, it's not far off. Let's get into the minor 49er. I should do one more swing around just to try to find some more nickel down in those crevices. But first, okay, air done. We do. Hold that. Sure. I'm sure. Missing any nickel deposits now. I guess I'll grab it here. There's nickel. It blends in so well. It's somewhat problematic. Silver. Alright, well, let's head up just for the sake of doing this. There's a possibility this could be the end of our game. Because if we can do this, then I think we're... Yeah, I don't know. I think we might be about ready to wrap up the game. Unless I'm forgetting a part where we have to go to a specific facility to wait much further deeper down somewhere that I'm missing a path. You know what I mean? Let's, repair my suit. Go. Okay, repo unit is that one. Be able to make. I would just like punch if I accidentally don't. Like if I accidentally click it while not aiming properly at something. You can't catch me. Right here. My place. Stay out. Grab these while I'm here, because I know I'm gonna want them. No, there we go. And we know where to come if we do need more nickel or anything like that. But yeah. Battery fills up with the booster. I'm going to do a couple things here. Ow. Hey, whoa, hey. I don't know how you fit in here, but get that out. I can punch you back. Still there. I really don't know how you fit in there, but you know what? You do you, I guess, and I'm gonna just leave. Alright? Alright. I feel like the Ghost Leviathan was still much more terrifying. I'm not sure what it is. Why is it that this game doesn't feel as terrifying to me as the first Subnautica? And I think maybe it's lighting? This game, Below Zero feels a lot brighter than Subnautica. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it is.
We have gathered the necessary components to begin constructing my body.
Great. What's next? Let's get you out of my head.
First, you must find the fabrication facility. It is concealed at some depths.
Fabrication facility. So you planned on needing to make new bodies?
It is a standard medical facility.
A medical facility where you just replace your whole body when it wears out? Sounds a little beyond standard to me.
Ours was a research mission of the highest importance.
So, what were you, a scientist like me?
I am a scientist now.
So, what happened? Your team found the vaccine and then...
Please, Robin, you have the components. Find the facility and construct the body.
Okay, but don't think I don't notice you changing the topic.
Alright. So maybe we do have to go deeper. That said, then what do I need to make a prawn suit depth module? MK2 depth module. Because the prawn suit's the one I'm gonna probably end up taking down that part out of the sheer. It'll be easier than trying to take this down past the Ghost Leviathan. Or the Shadow Leviathan. Pieces. Okay. MK1, we already got that. I don't need that. I need MK2. There we go. Citra. Prawn suit. MK2. Nickel, kyanite. Percent. We can do this as soon as I get back to base. Number 3, we're not seeing that done anytime soon. I don't think there's a number. Is there a number 3 for prawn suit? I don't see one. So yeah, we're just gonna go back to the base, make a small upgrade to my prawn suit's depth module so I can go all the way down. And it sounds like we do need to do so in order to go find our necessary components. Our assembly station, as it were. Unless I'm forgetting something important. It sounds, according to the way he's talking, makes it sound like there is something deeper that I missed. A passage. This is the only way down super deep that I know of, unless there is something else. I'm missing. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot for lava. We're out. Get back to base. Okay. New stuff. I enjoyed it. I like that you find the Shadow Leviathan. Sounds like you need to figure out how to go deeper. And where to go deeper. Unless I'm seriously forgetting some aspect. But what? Upside, we've got all the components we need. So I can just stick those in my inventory, go down, and go hunting for it once we make this. I think, yeah, that should work. I don't have time for it. Okay, so it looks like we're not ending this game on this episode. Not quite. We have to go find the fabrication facility, build Alan's body, and then I know that we go through a different gate, find a ship or a stink or something of his. Basically, we head off to the alien homeworld, and we get given the option of staying here and going back ourselves, or staying on the planet ourselves, or going to back to Altera, or traveling with Alan to go to his homeworld. Something along those lines. I don't remember all the details or how it all worked. But I do recall that there was a whole thing about it. And, yeah. Ion Cube can go in there. It's 3 kyanite, 2 of those. Kyanite, 2 of those. Yep, okay, we're all set for that. I need to... Oh wait, actually I need to have this not here. Because I need to be able to get the module out of my bronze tube so I can make the better one. And I can't access that while it's in the garage. Bronze tube. Give me upgrade module depth. And we swim right over here, jump in here, no biggie. And bronze suit depth module done. Now I think that'll give us what 900 probably would be my guess. Let's find out. Just before I wrap this completely, let's see what the upgrade does. Enhances diving depth. Oh, 11. Okay, well, really neat. Math does not stack. Yeah, it does. Okay. So yeah, we'll take the sea truck back down there till about where we were before with it, right before the Shadow Leviathan. Then we'll take the prawn suit and we'll go deeper with that. In order to make sure this works, well, I will, since I'm going to be taking the prawn suit deeper rather than the truck, I will swap out the cells for the ion cells I prepared. Since that way, yeah, I don't have to worry about its power source going extra deep. That should all work for us. I'm happy about it. Seems we have some more explorations. Otherwise, it's just a matter of... I should probably give my truck a little bit of time to charge up the battery while I double check everything around base. Make sure everything's in order. Oh wait, it's those alien things. I do want to check that. If they have hats, that's gonna be cool. I want to see what they want. Alien eggs. What are you? Have you hatched yet? Oh, they did. Ah. Trivalve blue. Trivalve blue. The trivalve is a brightly colored creature with a flexible exoskeleton covering most of its body. It is a naturally inquisitive creature and is capable of bonding with a human companion. It has a mental capacity to learn simple commands and can learn tricks. Trivalves also have the unique capacity to demonstrate emotion. Whether this is a form of advanced mimicry or an actual demonstration of feeling is unknown. Ah, okay, so these were the little pets. Like, these are the actual pet critters in this game. Compared to the first one where it was more of a little squid critter. Right. Okay. Nice stuff. Alright. Well, everyone, I hope you're enjoying this so far. This has been quite the adventure. We got a lot of exploration done, and it's just now we've got to figure out where else we need to go with this in order to finish our trip. Because I've got to get a few more spots taken care of. Right, leave some of this stuff here. Truck module 2 was already installed. I already made that one. Sure. Yeah, I need 3 nickel for number 3. Not worth it. The sea truck can just wait it up here, or up a further than the other stuff. All right, we'll take an extra ion cube with us just. Done. Save save the game. I have to call it a night. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe to people who released if you haven't done so already. Have a great night. Bye.
Pets.
Really? How does a species that uses the genes and bodies of other creatures view pets?
They are curiosities that bring some sense of presence and energy. They are also test subjects to be evaluated for potential genetic enhancements.
That's not a pet, Alan. That's a data point. Like you said, it's literally a test subject.
You do not think they can be both?
There's a distinction. Pets are something that you care for simply for the pleasure of doing so.
Would humans consider me to be your pet?
No, I said pleasure, Alan. This is more like a job.
Where I come from, you might be a pet.
I find that thoroughly disturbing.
Well, hello everyone. So I wasn't expecting to jump in with the recording right here, but that happened when I picked up a pet. Because I'm grabbing them right now. Because I did a quick check on things, and yeah, we really don't have a lot left. So I decided, you know what? Forget it. We're tacking this on to this last episode that I was thought. This might be one more episode I was thinking, but there isn't enough left to make another episode worthwhile. So, we're going down. I'm going to find the facility, which we were pretty close to already. I'm fairly confident. I think we had to go through like one biome. So we just had to find the entrance to another biome. And then we would have been good, dine Alan back, and then we had to go back up to Site 0, use the portal there with him, and leave. Pretty simple. But that is why I decided, yeah, no, we'll just do this now, instead of breaking it off into a separate episode. So let's take in these geysers. I love the way they design them. I wonder what the idea would be behind these geysers if, like, they have that film over them. The way they do. It's a weird concept. Though I can say I'm also not familiar with normal geysers all that much, whether they do anything similarly. Pretty sure it's a little different. Could be wrong. Anyway, we are heading down here. And we are going, down to this spot. Turn around, go this way now. But not with our ship. Damage the back a little bit. That's not the best, but don't worry about it. Just a little ding, nothing that we can't bump. Okay. There's that jumbo one. I think this will be a good spot, safe spot to park our vehicle. We have all of the pieces we need to make this final trip. I am going to grab more water, some food. Actually, if I had thought about it, I would have stored some more of them in here to begin with. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just duck in and grab a few more pieces. I don't want to get in there and be like, oh, I wish I had brought a little more water, a little more food to give me just a touch more time to explore what I needed to explore. I was so close, and now I have to go back before I die. Not likely, but, could happen. Alright. And then I'll just grab some more water, because water we go through faster than anything else. Boom, 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 and boom. There we go! That should do it. Our
Welcome aboard, Captain.
pond suit is repaired. I forgot to fix it up when we were here last. I forgot to repair it after that last encounter with the Shadow Leviathan. That probably was on my bad. Okay. And we're going down into the depths. Now, the way I'm going to handle this next portion here is, for getting into the next biome. I know there's another biome attached to this place. We're going to follow the maze method. So there. We're going to go and follow the left-hand side. If we just stick to the left-hand side, don't get distracted by going down weird crevices and like, I think we'll be fine in finding where we need to go. Also, the fact that we keep going down, more or less, but without being stuck in the little dead-end crevices down areas, I think we'll be good. Good progress down. Alright, little critter. Boom. Put down. Moving right along. Moving right along. Again, I love the look of this place. The whole giant crystal formation design is just amazingly well done. Alright, we'll check down here real quick. Just to make sure this isn't a side passage. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure this is a dead end area from the upper portion. But just in case, I'd rather be safe about it. Okay, nothing here. We're cleared. Just resources. Not the things I came down to. Park right here. All my jump jets repair. I will recharge. I will repair. And away we go. Again, keep to the left. Grab some nickel while I'm here. On the off chance I end up using it for something. And getting out of here with that available. Okay, that's just down there again. This looks different. Yeah, this looks like it goes deeper, and we're starting to see some. Oh, yep, that's. We scan. Can't scan the weirdly red stuff. Eclipse plant. Nifty. This distinctive vibrant plant is often found growing out of a green crystal outcropping that appears to be similar to jade. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. So I wonder if this is supposed to be like the same crystal formation stuff, only as up there, but nah, it has even a different structure. That's cool that they bothered to put that kind of detail. They didn't just take the old one and reshade it. They actually changed the structure of it. This one's a lot more cubic. All the other ones were more, well, straight and whatnot. We gotta watch out for monsters and everything down here. but we're making progress. I don't have to worry at all about my... Yep, there's another one. Alright. Another shadow. Oh, hi there. Oh, punch him. There. Yeah. Back off.
I sense the presence of a substantial facility in the area. Unable to identify.
Well, we'll head deeper in and see what you're finding then, Alan. I'm gonna enjoy the scenery though. I love how they have the weird square bit. I'll keep moving so the Leviathan doesn't catch up to me. That would just be unfortunate. Figure out where we're going though. It's a dead end. This looks like a dead end. This looks like it goes deeper though, so this way it is. What's that? No, just another position. Sorry. So allegedly, somewhere in here there's got annoyances back again. Somewhere in here is a facility. This goes down. Oh, I see a door. There we go. And can we fit this inside, or do I have to leave this outside? Okay, I guess we parked this outside. In which case, I'm going to go park it over here, away from the shadow of my romping ground. Hopefully. Hard to tell exactly where that thing's going. If I just park this right here, it will be good. That's some sick looking stuff. Oh, now I can scan it. Large crystal formation. Thank you. Large red beryl formation. Red beryl is an extremely rare mineral. These crystal formations are abnormally large and suggest a very specific geochemical environment. In order for these crystals to form, the surrounding water must be rich with beryllium. The environment must be very hot, between 300 and 650 degrees Celsius, and there must be surface fractures or cavities for the distinct formations to emerge. Huh. So what I'm hearing is this stuff was likely fabricated.
Once you have used the fabricator to build each component, we can assemble them.
And then we can transfer you out of my head?
I am anticipating it as much as you are.
Alright. We should have all of the components on our person. First off, let's look around this chamber though.
The process requires you to build each component before you can assemble the whole.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Use fabricator.
So, Alan, you said your people came here in search of a cure?
I was a researcher.
You were a scientist? Like me?
My people regarded my scientific contributions with particular interest.
As I said, like me.
If that is your interpretation.
So, how did your valuable scientific mind wind up infected?
Not my mind, my body. Perhaps you should build the next component.
So you came here to search for a cure?
I led the mission.
Does that mean the bacteria got out on your watch?
This subject is uncomfortable. If you would like to know more, I will ask that you first construct the final component.
So there's his skeleton. There's his general body, I guess. And Internal
This
organ.
is the last piece. Soon I will be autonomous again.
What will you do with your newfound freedom?
I must return home to make amends.
Amends? For the bacterium? There seems to be a lot you're not telling me.
It is hard for me to find the words. I must collect my thoughts. We have all the necessary components. You may initiate body fabrication sequence from the terminal.
You still owe me an explanation.
I understand.
Alright. And we're doing it. Commence storage medium.
Commencing storage medium fabrication.
The escape of the bacterium was an accident. I thought my solution was foolproof. I was wrong.
Did you cause the accident?
Yes.
Oh,
I do not wish to speak about it.
we can come back to this.
Monkey. Very interesting.
What are you doing?
Research. Tit for tat. You've probed my mind. I scan your body.
I mean, seems fair to me. Architect body. The complete physical architect vessel is a biotechnical and cybernetic hybrid incorporating design elements from more than 20 DNA sources. Skin, the outer layer of his tissues, has the consistency of leather. The tissue is interlaced with channels of visibly glowing energy, powered by the alien's internal biotechnological heart. Robotic arms. Alan has 6 articulated arms that are suspended around his body by magnetic levitation. These arms contain independent, high-speed computing systems that are capable of performing tasks independently. Limbs. The organic arms are considered secondary to the inorganic, robotic arms. These are used for mundane tasks that don't require much fine motor. The bottom half of the arms are covered in a biocomposite plating. The plating might serve as a form of armor. It also appears to store latent energy buildups like capacitors. Mobility. The hooved legs are reminiscent of several species of mountain goats. The hooves are covered in microscopic hooks that aid in exploring rough and uneven terrain. The forelegs and the hind legs are oddly close together, which explains why walking might be a secondary mode of movement for this architect form. Ugh. Teleportation. This architect body is able to teleport or blink short distances. The method is likely a scaled-down version of the teleportation gates, but the methodology is not well understood. It is likely that Architect's body is able to provide the massive amount of power necessary for this function. Matching DNA fragments appear to be derived from the following sources. Chromium boar of Cultwell Prime, an invasive species known for their extremely tough skin, which makes them hard to eradicate. Putty serpent of Papasticar. This snake has extremely tensile skin, prevents it from tearing and allows it to compress itself into small spaces. Electrode eel of Lithal. Generates an electricity-charged slime across its length. Astral rays. Moons of Marduk 14. These rays have small organs that generate and store electricity. Shaggy goats of Olympia. These herbivorous creatures live on the rocky foothills of the mountain planet Olympia and are excellent climbers. Giant geckos of Holt's asteroid. Massive geckos, they emit an electrostatic charge on its foot pads. This creates a charge difference in the surface the gecko is climbing. The markers of at least a dozen other biological species are present, but unrecognized at this time. Dick. Okay, so let's do this. How do I do this? There we go.
Commencing data transfer.
I meant that'll give you a killer headache.
Did it work? Are we...
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
Whoa. Hey. You're really not in my head anymore?
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
Are you kidding? No way. You still owe me the end of your story.
I told you I must return home to assess, repair, make amends.
Tell me more.
When the bacteria escaped, it was my fault. I disobeyed the directive from my network.
Oh no.
Man, he can move fast.
We noticed that a species of Leviathan young produced an enzyme that is efficient against the bacteria. I thought if we incubated sea dragon eggs, we might expedite their hatching. I was not wrong.
But
It would appear that sea dragon parents are stronger and more motivated than our facility was rated to handle.
and the bacteria got out, infecting everything. How many survived the outbreak back home? Are they still waiting for someone to bring back a cure?
I do not know.
Can I help?
The fact that I withheld this information does not concern you.
It was certainly manipulative. And I've also made my own share of mistakes. I'm still committed to helping.
I accept your help. Find me at the gate when you are ready. In the meantime, I must prepare.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Alright, so that is Architect Base Gate Facility, which I believe is also Site 0. Gotcha.
Please, I will join you in the gate base when everything is ready. But for now, I have much to prepare.
Also, apparently he has his own way of getting there. So, when I first played this game and we put Alan together and he moved forward and like picked us up like that, I seriously expected it to be like a surprise, like he stabs you or something, because he gave off major vibes of like maybe he's not as friendly as we might hope. And some of the body language felt very potentially aggressive.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thankfully, that was not the case. Now then, we must go. We have to get all the way back to the surface and up to Architect Base Gate. So that's a little bit of a background. I'll cut here, barring any conversations or something to happen that would make it more important to include. Alright, everyone, we're almost there. And I was right. Yep, it was this place up here. Did remember that. So we're headed off to the Architect Base Gate facility to go to Alan's home planet. That will wrap up our time here with Subnautica Below Zero. Which has been a lot of fun. Almost there, around the corner, through the cavern, and here we are. And there's Alan, doing something.
Are you preparing to leave, Alan?
Yes, there is much to do.
Gonna run over here, probably not right into a power beam or something. That's so cool. Look at the weird little hands there manipulating the electrical whatever, and okay, well, that's probably not healthy to be near. I should probably stay over here with Alan.
Do you still wish to leave with me? Beyond this teleporter, there is no turning back.
Are you kidding? I can't pass up a chance to see where Architect's coming from. Besides, I don't have another ride.
I do not know what we will find there. The others may be sick or angry, if they live at all.
Or you could find peace. Family.
I hope you are right. Please complete any business you still have on this planet. Join me on the other side when you are ready to leave.
Alright. Now, sure, we could probably do all sorts of things, whatever. I got my little pets, I've got... In reality, I'd be, probably bringing the prawn suit with the full load of everything and like, be all extra ready to go. Not just bringing bare minimum, so I can carry on my person. But, it's a game.
Robin, you're just in time. The phase gate is opening.
You've been hiding a phase gate here this whole time.
Only for the last millennium. It will lead us home.
Last
No
millennium.
wonder you hid yourself from Altera.
It was imperative to keep the homeworld safe, in hopes that the others survived.
Yeah.
That's it.
Will you help me prepare the ship? The energy masts must be moved into place.
Well, this is different.
Okay, the energy masses must be moved into position. Oh, I don't have an inventory anymore either. It's all very much a work on this. Look at that imagery. That's so cool. Okay, let's get down here and do our job. Pretty sure these are the energy masses we're referring to. Align, filter. Yep, totally normal. So lift that. Almost squished myself. A little more than we are ready for. Okay. Oh, that's so sick. A little more careful this next time. So we're flying ourselves too.
Very good. Return to me and I will initiate a ship assembly.
Ship assembly. Because you don't just keep the ship around. You have to assemble. Return the arm.
Thank you. The masts are in place. The energy field is ready. There is no time to lose.
I can only imagine how much energy is going into this thing. I hope Alan remembers to increase black or, not just himself. Yeah, let's make it wrong. He's probably ignorant for it. Maybe I should stand and use it. I guess I did.
Join me, Robin.
Ow. Okay,
I apologize. The levitator was calibrated for heavier bodies.
Ouch.
I would have helped you to your feet, but as you can see, I have been fully integrated with the ship.
Is this permanent?
Nothing is permanent. Are you ready to go?
You've seen him
Yes.
swap
I
bodies
found
a
the
couple
answers I
times.
was looking for. I'm ready to move on. I can't bring Sam back. But I know she died fighting, and I got to finish her work. I'll always carry her memory.
Good. Please brace yourself, and then we will depart.
A brace for launch. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Launching in 3, 2, 1.
That's so sick. Also, how did Altera not see this facility sticking out of the ice like this? I guess the idea is that a bunch of it was below the ice, locked away, with no obvious means, but at the same time... Ooh. Oh, that's a fun way to do it. Or something. Hey, there's a... Should we be worried about that? Going where we're going?
What will we find when we get there?
If I am the last of my kind, I will experience the sorrow of 10,000 souls dimming.
So he might be a little depressed depending on how this plays out. Someone really needs to clean out your air. Really stormy weather and that's like Architect Diddy. Okay.
And if they survived?
With you, I am ready to face whatever awaits.
Given the architect's design methods, I don't know if that's supposed to look like that or if that's in ruins. I honestly can't tell. I'm really curious what they're going to do with Subnautica 2, though. Because I know they're making a Subnautica 2, which this is not. This is Subnautica Below Zero, completely not Subnautica 2. So, they're making a Subnautica 2. I have no idea what they're going to do storyline with that. I'm hoping we get to build off of what we've got so far, because that would be so cool to get more architect stuff, as well as figuring things out. But if they say we're close to as good as these two games were, it's going to be good no matter what. Final thoughts on this game. Maybe I'm just used to the feel of Subnautica by now, more so. But I felt like this one was not as scary as the original Subnautica. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm just more used to how they do things and how the Leviathans behave. But I think another part of it is that part of it is the Leviathans felt a lot easier to just avoid in most cases. And there wasn't a worry about them breaking my stuff nearly as badly as in the original. Also, I feel like the lighting was different, perhaps. Maybe it felt like it was a very bright game. Generally, like you all saw, the one area that really got me still was the drama, and that got me in the first one too. Just you've hit the edge of the map. Everything is wrong now. It's so far down. There is no end. There is no bottom. There is so far down. It's nothing. That sort of thing freaks me out still. I also think the storyline in this one, while good, was a little hit or miss in some cases. That music's loud. There we go. But I also felt like the storyline was a little hit or miss in some cases, because kind of had so the first Subnautica had our main storyline, and we would discover some other stories, like of previous people that had died either from crashing with us and then they died before we found them, or we found the records of Marguerite's crew of people and how they died. As far as we knew, Marguerite had died at the time, but now we learned this one, he lived somehow. So she must have eaten enough peepers or something to fight off the coronavirus until the cure was worked out. Would be my guess. I don't know. Managed to never catch it otherwise, perhaps. Whatever the case, she lived. But yeah, so it was like we had one primary storyline in the first game, with we discovering other stories. This one, it felt like we had kind of a main story, but it branched off in some ways. We had the Marguerite route, where we were dealing with Altera. We had the Alan route, where we're getting him his body back. We had the figure out what happened to our sister, and curing the frozen Leviathans, giving the antidote that she never got to deliver, to stop that from potentially spreading and being used by Altera to create bioweapons. And how we all found that was very piecemeal, and it felt like they gave a fairly linear discussion at times like, there were some parts that definitely felt like they came before or after other parts, but we weren't bound to discover them in that order. Which I did like the fact it was that open, but at the same time it made the story feel a little weird, because sometimes the way that the characters talked didn't feel like it matched what we already knew. So yeah, I felt like the story was a little touchy there, but because there was like 3 or 4 branching stories tied to our characters specifically, and how we ran into those things was a little less controlled. It also felt like a lot of our tech, like the first Subnautica was like, okay, you've got this, now you have to get this, now you have to get this, now you have to get this to get deeper, now you have to get this to get deeper, now you have to get this in order to access this thing. You had to do a lot of building up your tech. This one felt like a lot of the tech was just convenient. A lot of it wasn't necessary in order to play. I didn't have to get the snowsuit. I could have forced my way through everything, especially using like the hot pepper plants or whatever that gave me body heat. If I had just carried a bunch of those around, I could have kept myself going. Even without the thermal suit portion that I made to help me not lose heat as much. The snow vehicle didn't feel like it really served. It didn't feel like it got implemented as well as it could have. Because most of the area I went and used, like a lot of the area I could just walk and through anything. It was easier to walk and run through everything than it was to ride that vehicle. Especially with the worms, with the snow worms, they would constantly knock me off of it. If they didn't constantly knock me off of it, or if they maybe didn't react to it as much because it was hovering, and so it shouldn't have been sending off the same vibrations as everything else through the ice for them to pick up, it would have felt more useful and actually have more of a purpose. I saw you patting the little one's head over there, the little guy. I saw you patting that one's head. Adorable little penguin thing. Alright. But yeah. So I felt like it fell short of the first Subnautica with Below Zero here. But at the same time, it was still super good. Worth playing. Worth me playing it through a second time to share with you guys. After not playing it for a few years. And forgetting some. Also, just like the first Subnautica. So beautiful. Awesome biomes, amazing scenery. It was just so good. I think one other thing that may have made it less scary than the first one, a lot of the things that could bite you or whatever, like the squid sharks, those weird dog gator things, they weren't as much of an immediate threat. Like, they were very easy to evade. They were very easy to work around and ignore. And some of them made so many noises they were indistinguishable from bigger critters, though. It just kind of oversaturated it. If the Leviathan's roar had been rarer, it would have amped up its fear factor, because it would have been a lot more of a, wait, is that actually a Leviathan? Where is it? Where is it? Instead, it was like, okay, it's just these dogs roaring all the time. To ignore it, it became white noise in the background. And then there were only a couple Leviathan spots, and they followed very specific, small areas of patrol that were easy to work around, dodge around, for the most part. That one, like, I did get startled a few times, mostly when they dropped in right behind me or something. But even then, like, the Shadow Leviathan was more annoying than anything. It's just like, oh, stop chewing on my thing. I'm gonna punch you. You let me go and move on. It looked amazing, but it was more annoying than scary. I think another part is, like, the Ghost Leviathan was so much better at just being ethereal, being, as the name suggests, a ghost that could sneak up on you and terrify you. And I want to say it was less bright down in the tunnels. This area didn't seem to matter how far down I went, it seemed to be fairly bright no matter what. I could almost always see where I was going, I didn't have to have a flashlight. If I remember right, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I want to say the first Subnautica, a flashlight was a lot more. Some light source was a lot more important at all times to be able to see where I was going. Which meant, sure, you had trouble taking some of the scenery occasionally, but it was also more terrifying, because you couldn't just see an enemy coming from miles away. Anyway, everyone, that's Subnautica Below Zero. I'm going to wrap this up. I have a lot of editing to do to get this recording bit and the last recording bit together. I hope you've enjoyed this. For all I know, I missed some biomes. I mean, this game is so big and had so many things in it. I probably missed something. But it was so good, and it's so much fun to just play with. Check it out yourself. There are so many approaches. I've heard of people, just using the alien, the giant fish tank I had there, where I could hatch eggs, using something like that and just making themselves a little army to release in an area to wipe out enemies and dangers. And of course you could go with like torpedo route, but torpedoes, if I remember, were always so expensive to make that they were never worth it. For the amount of bang for your buck, it just wasn't worth it. So, but then the point of the game was never to fight the Leviathans, it was to avoid them, survive them. But I think that's it for my time with this game. I have some plans for some games in the future coming up here that I could look forward to. I'm debating Forever Skies, which is kind of has some Subnautica feel to it from what I saw. I'm not as familiar with that game. I haven't played through it at all, or I haven't played it at all really, so I don't know quite how it's gonna feel. But it looked like it had potential. And then there was another game that my brother got me for my birthday a little bit back that I've been playing with my kids that I think would be a fun one to play and record, which is blanked on the name. Expedition 33. Was that the name? I feel like there was something, no, something else here. I forgot the name. Anyway, cool game, very interesting, another very beautiful game. Might be worth comparing. But for now, that's it for today. Thanks so much. Hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with releases. Have a great night. Bye.